Hello, North Country basketball fans, and welcome to Chazy High School here on the 5th day of January 2011. I'm Joey Trombley. I'll be calling this modified game for you. Calvin Castine's on the camera, and Calvin and I were talking just before we went on air here, and today is the 13th anniversary of the infamous ice storm, Calvin.
Known as the ice storm of '98, Joey.
What's that?
Known as the ice storm of '98.
The ice storm of '98, and you know, it seems like it was yesterday. And it's amazing where 13 years go by. And Trombley gets it down low to number 15, Tatro. And a nice rebound by Paige Barcombe. She takes it right off the glass. And the Lady Eagles go up 2-0 here in the first quarter. Elizabethtown has a small bench, Calvin. We look over here and they have one sub. Chazy's got 12 or 11 over, actually 12 subs over on their side. So my guess is before this game is done, the Lions will be probably tired and the Eagles will be well rested.
Well, you would think so. My daughter Danielle coaches the Seton Catholic, and she's with a 6-person team at the modified girls level, and they're winning most of their games because I'm going to put in everybody. I mean, she puts in everybody, obviously. And, you know, they're young and healthy, and they can keep going.
Yeah. Well, they're definitely in good shape. And Paige Barcombe, as we were talking about that, nails the 10-footer. And Chazy goes up 4-0. And it's Trombley as she's guarding number 11, Westcott. The ball goes baseline, and we have Rachel Pombrio down there. Nice pass, shot up, misses. Rebounded by Skylar Thomas, and Thomas will give it up to Trombley, and Trombley will take it up the court here. She's picked up by number 3, Cassava. Cassava picked up by, or a nice pick set by Rachel Pombrio. Top of the key goes low to Tatro. Tatro with the shot, misses it. Rebounded to Cassava, and she called for a travel on our officials tonight, Calvin R.
Before I forget his name, that's Andrew Scharf and Brian Marino.
Ryan Marino and Andrew Scharf. Sounds like scarf, but it's Scharf.
That's right.
And he made a point to show that to us before, because we were asking who he was, and he kind of gave us a little hand gesture to make sure we get his last name correct.
Well, you're used to getting hand gestures.
A lot of people think you are number 1, Calvin. I've seen that more than once. And the ball will go over to Elizabethtown, and we have a substitution coming into the game here for the Lions. The Lady Lions of Elizabethtown-Lewis is Thea Westcott coming into the game. It's Abby Cassava being guarded by Rachel Pombrio, and with that headband I call her Range Rondo there of the Celtics, and she gets a kick out of that. And baseline it is Tamara Westcott trying to go inside, knocked away by Trombley, over to Tatro's hand. Tatro dribbling up, and she will be called for a double dribble and turnover on the Lady Eagles. And one thing about soccer, Calvin, we don't have the buzzer buzzing in our ear like that when it goes off. So it takes a little getting used to here.
We happen to be positioned by the buzzer, that's all.
And Cassava being picked up by Pombrio, and it's knocked away by Pombrio. Chazy with a 4-0 lead. It's a modified game here on the 5th of January, the 13th anniversary of the ice storm of 1998. And nice play by number 25 taking it to the hoop. It was Pisogra, and now it's Skylar Thomas going coast to coast. Nice soft hands by Skylar Thomas. Takes it off the backboard, and the Eagles go up 6-0 here in the first quarter with about 4 minutes left to go. And Pombrio knocks it away from Cassava, and it will go back to Elizabethtown right at midcourt on the far side. And it is Tamara Westcott, and the timeout called here by the Elizabethtown-Lewis Lions. And we're back from the timeout, and it's Westcott gets the ball in. And nice shot by Chantel St. Dennis. She misses the ball. It's rebounded by Barcombe, gives it up over to Pombrio. So Rachel Pombrio will take the ball up here for the Lady Eagles as she's guarded by Westcott. And she goes to the right side, gives up her dribble over to Barcombe. Barcombe, top of the key, looking for somebody, passes it back to Tremblay, gets out of the box, good play by Barcombe. Now goes baseline over to Thomas. Thomas gets the shot off, nice rebound by Tatro. Into the paint, the Tremblay is partially blocked, and it goes into the hands of number 40, Westcott, and she'll take the ball up, and the Lady Eagles go back on defense. Chazy leading 6-0 here in this modified game on the 5th day of January 2011. So Chazy, it looks, Calvin, like they don't have any holiday rust on them. They're coming out pretty strong here.
So far, you never can judge a game by the first 3 or 4 minutes, as you know. I was looking in the paper because my daughter was coaching at Seton, and last night the varsity girls were trailing by 1 at the end of the third quarter, and they were outscored 12-0 in the fourth, so they lost by 13. So
another indication that it is a 4-quarter game.
Yeah,
for sure. And while we were talking, it was Allison Tatro on the 8-foot baseline, Pombrio to Tremblay, and Tremblay takes it off the backboard, and Chazy has gone out to a commanding 10-0 lead here in the first quarter. And we have Tamara Westcott taking the ball up. Castle gives it up to her, and Westcott will be the point guard here for the Lions of Elizabethtown-Lewis. She tries to go down low, picked out by Tremblay. Tremblay looking to run the floor. Now she slows it up. The players go down into the offensive end here. Tremblay calls the play. Movement by the Eagles on the offensive zone. Tremblay gives up her dribble, trying to find Pombrio. She does. Pombrio does a nice job to save it. Goes back to Tremblay. She has Thomas to her left. Gets it over to Thomas. Thomas going into the paint. Thomas pushes up to Tatro. Tatro with the shot. And Allison Tatro has a nice rotation with her shot. It goes in, so Chazy goes up 12-0 with 1:40 to go here in the first quarter.
looks like they're going to clear the bench on the Elizabethtown side here.
Yeah, they've cleared the bench. They've got Katira Burrow ready to go in, and Chazy's got 3 young ladies on the sideline waiting for the next whistle to check in. Ball stolen by the Eagles and stolen back here by the Lions, and it's number 13, St. Denis. She'll take the ball up here for the Eagles, and she's throwing right into the paint, getting a shot off. Nice job, nice rebound, and Elizabethtown can't buy a bucket here in the first quarter, and a travel on Allison Tatro, and here comes the substitutions here. So we have 1, 23, and 30 here for Chazy. 1 is Brooke West, and then 23 is Callie McGrath, and number 30 is Sarah Janier as they come into the game. And it's Westcott looking for somebody, and she gets it into the hands of number 32, Berto, but it goes off of the hands of Westcott, so a turnover on the Lions with 58 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Chazy leading the Elizabethtown-Lewis Lions 12-0, and it's Janier getting the ball into Pombrio, and Pombrio will be the point guard here, taking it up here for the Eagles. She calls the play. She gets by her defensive player, goes to baseline to Janier, and Janier will be called for a travel, and Scharf was all over that one. Calls the travel, so with 46.6 to go here in the first. It will be Elizabethtown-Lewis taking the ball out. Underneath is Chantel St. Denis, and she'll get the ball over to Tamara Westcott, and Westcott will take it up here for the Lady Lions as we approach the 40-second mark here in the first quarter. And it's Westcott going down baseline. Nice hustle by McGrath. She jumps in front of St. Denis and knocks it out of bounds. And taking the ball out on the sideline is Tamara Westcott. And Westcott is looking, she goes down low, gets it over to number 25, and that would have been Pisogra. And here comes Pombrio. And her foot was just on the end line with 21.1 to go. And the Lions are looking to get on the scoreboard here for the first quarter comes to an end.
Unlike baseball, softball, where the foul line is really fair, here the out of bounds line is out of bounds.
It is, and they were all over it. Now blocked by Tatro, shot gets off. and it's picked up by McGrath. And this first quarter will come to an end. Chazy leads Elizabethtown 12-0.
And Lewis.
And we're back from the first quarter ending here, and we have some wholesale changes in for Chazy. We have Hannah Hayes with the ball trying to find McGrath, taken by Westcott, and Westcott goes right in. The ball does not drop, so Elizabethtown still can't buy a bucket, and it's picked up by number 21, Hanson. Hanson gives it up over to Hayes. Hayes with the ball. She also has out there Monica Garrow with her to the right, and then we have Hanson out there as well as number 10, Cassidy Roberts. And there's a shot by number 23, McGrath. Another shot goes back up, and the ball is loose. It's won by Castlebaugh, and Castlebaugh goes on the ground, and she stood up, and it's a learning experience. It's a travel if you don't dribble as you're getting up. So turnover on the Lions. And it will be Garrow taking the ball out. She gets it over to McGrath baseline. Knocked out of bounds. They look at each other, and it is pointed to the Chazy side there, so it'll go to Elizabethtown. And it's picked up by Westcott. Tamara Westcott will take the ball up. In most of the first quarter, it was Castlebaugh taking the ball up. Now it's Westcott. She gets it into the hands of St. Denis. St. Denis looking to go baseline, but good defense here by McGrath. And the ball goes low, and it goes off of Hanson. So the ball will go to Elizabethtown, the Lewis Lions. Number 11, Tamara Westcott, taking the ball out. And she has Castlebaugh wide open, doesn't get Castlebaugh, but the ball's knocked to her. Castlebaugh baseline over to Westcott. She goes baseline, gets the shot off, that doesn't fall. And it goes off of the Lady Lions, and the ball will go to the Lady Eagles with 5 minutes and 48 seconds to go here in the second quarter. There has been no score in the second. Chazy still leading by the score of 12-0 as the first quarter had ended with that score. So it is the 5th day of January 2011. Calvin Castine on the camera, the founder of Hometown Cable. I'm Joey Trombley calling the action here for you. And the ball is taken by Westcott. Westcott looking to run the floor, but McGrath does a nice job getting back defensively to disrupt the play. Knocked away. Hannah Hayes with the ball. She'll run the floor now. Hannah Hayes has it, knocked away by number 13, St. Denis. And it is now controlled by the Lady Lions. So a little action going back to back here in the final, or the last 10 seconds. And it's Westcott with the ball being guarded by Hannah Hayes. Hayes doing a good job defensively, but she gets the ball over to 25, Pagora. She has it taken away by Hanson. Hanson just wrestles the ball away from her, and it goes into the hands of Hannah Hayes. Hayes is the point guard here for the Lady Eagles. She's being guarded by Castlebaugh. She blows by Castlebaugh into the paint, and a nice job by number 25, Sorga coming over. Knocked away, and Hannah Hayes battles to the ground with number 13, St. Denis. And we have a jump ball. And the arrow favors, I think, the Lions.
That was a two-handed block too, Joey.
It was good defensive play by the Lions. And the arrow favors the Lions, and it's Castlebaugh over to Westcott. And Westcott, it is Tamara Westcott being guarded by Hayes. And looking inside, gets the shot off the backboard. Nice rebound by number 13, St. Denis, and she can't get it to drop. And it's almost like there's some cover on those baskets down there, because Elizabethtown just can't find a bucket right now.
They'll take that cover off at halftime when no one's looking.
And yeah, because Chazy's going that way. You know, it's called hometown cooking.
That's right.
You know, Brian Norcroft to do whatever he can do to get a W. It doesn't matter what level.
That's his job.
That's his job. You know, it's called, home court advantage. And what people don't know, there's an invisible shield over there. The ball will not drop.
Yeah.
And
all done with electronics.
Oh yeah, all done by electronics. You know, it's the modern way, Calvin.
There's a chip in the ball, and
no, this is not sci-fi. This is reality.
Yeah.
And the ball is controlled by St. Denis. And we'll see if St. Denis can blow our theory down the tubes here. If she can get a shot off here and get it to drop. It looks like she's going to get the shot off. And she gets it to drop. So our theory was...
well, you have to let one in once in a while, otherwise people catch on.
Program it, right? Yeah. Okay, so it was programmed to give them one bucket in a period and a half. Okay, a quarter and a half. So they're on the board. It was Chantel St. Denis. A nice play by St. Denis. Running the court, going kind of baseline, getting the shot off. And into the game for Chazy is Allie Tebow. And Hannah Hayes trying to find Cassidy Roberts. And it goes off her hands. So go back to the Lady Lions. And also into the game is Taylor Stocker here for Chazy. And with 3:24 to go here in the second quarter, the first quarter was all Chazy. The second quarter, Calvin's been all Elizabethtown-Lewis, as they scored the only points in the second quarter.
They got them both.
And it's St. Denis called for the travel. And Scharf was right there. And we have some more substitutions in here. So we have number 11, Ashley Giuseppe. And we have also number 22, Emma Garso, into the game here for Chazy. So they're doing a nice job getting all the players in here for Chazy. Nice shot by Hayes. And a nice rebound by number 25, Pisogra. And she's being guarded by Hayes. Knocked away, picked up by Garso. And Garso, nice play by Garso to hold her spot. Gives it up over to Hayes. Hannah Hayes with the ball being guarded by Casaba. She calls the play. And it looks like they clear it out. And Hayes goes right into paint over to Tebow. Nice play. Allie Tebow back over to Garso. Garso squares. Nice shot by Garso. It doesn't drop. Goes into the hands of Berto. So Katura Berto gives it up over to Abby Casaba. And it's 12-2 Chazy in this modified game with 2:12 to go here in the second quarter. And Casaba giving up over to St. Denis, who has the only points for Elizabethtown-Lewis right now. And she's going down that side, gets a shot off, partially blocked. Picked up by number 25, Pisogra. And Emma Pisogra puts the rebound in. And now it's a 12-4 game. The Eagles leading the Lions by 8. It's Hannah Hayes calling the play. They spread out.
What do you call it there when you golf and you play one hole at a time?
When you play one hole at a time?
Yeah, whoever takes that hole gets a point, and whoever takes match play. Yeah. Well, this is match play. There'll be 1-1.
We're tied.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they agreed for a scoring system before the game started, but
yeah,
they agreed on match play.
Hey,
we got a tie game.
Tie game, yes.
Well, I'm glad you brought up golf, because tomorrow the Hyundai Tournament of Champions start. The PGA starts tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
I know you have a lot of interest in that, Cal.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. That and watching the grass grow.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't tape the club championships down at North Country. You know, you get like 6 or 7 of your cameras out on the course, so you can go back and forth and, you know, show the big plays, the good shots. So that's something that Hometown Cable could probably work on for this coming year for 2011.
Yes, we probably could.
Probably, but won't. It's Hannah Hayes with the...
Dustin had mentioned covering a tournament or so before, but he never got back. He never got back to me, so I didn't force the issue. Well, I've covered the high school before, just...
Were you setting the 18th hole wait for them to come in?
Yeah, but, you know, if you're playing with a shotgun start, that doesn't work.
Well, you would everybody be coming in on the 18th at that point.
Not with a shotgun start.
Yeah, it would. There's somebody at every hole.
Right. Yeah, but so they wouldn't all be ending up on the 18th.
No, but you see teams come in on the 18th. You just shoot, you just sit on the 18th and shoot it. Is what you do.
Right.
See different people come in. But that might be for some boring TV. Hey, but try it.
Yeah, let me know how it works out.
You know what? You know, poll your viewers. See what they want.
Right.
Yeah, let's make Hometown Cable.
If you're in favor of this, send us $100 for your yes vote. If you're not in favor, just let us know.
My guess is it'll probably be a no vote there. But you know, time will tell. You know, and well, we're getting close to the halftime. We'll talk about how the internet is starting to explode for you. We'll cover that in the second half. We have 15.5 seconds here left in the second quarter. Chazy shut out the Lions of Elizabethtown-Lewis in the first quarter, 12-0, and the Lions have come out and shut Chazy out here in the second quarter, 4-0. So we have a 12-4 score. So it's definitely been a tale of two quarters here in this modified game. Well, there's 4.7, so the Lady Eagles have a chance to break the ice here in the second quarter. And you have Emma Garso taking the ball out here for Chazy. She'll get it over to Hannah Hayes. So the question is, can Hayes get down the court in 4.47 to get a shot off? She's looking to do it. And she doesn't. She tried. And so the second quarter has come to an end here in this modified game. Chazy leading Elizabethtown-Lewis 12-4. And we're starting the third quarter here. Chazy will take the ball out. They'll be going now from left to right here. And you have Monica Garrow taking the ball in from Paige Barcombe. And she's being guarded by Cassava. And Garrow giving the ball up to Janier. Janier trying to get it back to Barcombe. Barcombe hustling for the ball. Good hustle, but it's picked up by number 13, St. Denis. St. Denis going baseline. Gives up her dribble. Gives it up over to Berto, and she has it taken away, and it's taken away by Tatro over to Barcombe. So Paige Barcombe will take the ball up. She'll be the point guard here. She'll be picked up by Cassava. Looking across midcourt. And it's Barcombe gives it up over to Garrow. Garrow has it knocked away by Westcott. Chazy with an 8-point lead here on the 5th day of January 2011. And it's Paige Barcombe taking the ball out. Gets it up over to Garrow. Garrow into the paint, looking to get a shot off. Gives up her dribble. Over to Tatro. Tatro quickly gets a shot off. And nice job for Tatro getting the shot off, because coming over was Pisogra. And it was a quick shot by Allison Tatro, and she nails it. And Chazy goes up 14-4. Good defense by Garrow. Stolen by Tatro. Tatro pushing up over to Garrow. So nice look play by Tatro over to Garrow. Garrow into the paint. She loses it, but nice hustle here by the Lady Eagles. And the ball is being brought up by Pisogra. Pisogra being guarded by number 23. It looks like Callie McGrath. It is, and it's knocked away into the hands of Janier. So Sarah Janier gives it up over to Barcombe. Paige Barcombe will take the ball up here for Chazy. With 5:27 to go here in the third, they have a 10-point lead, 14-4. And Barcombe gives it up over to McGrath. McGrath gives up her dribble, trying to find Barcombe, taken away by Cassava. And Cassava looking to go all the way, and McGrath knocks it away. And it goes out of bounds off of Chazy. So with 5:03 to go, it will be Elizabethtown-Lewis taking the ball out underneath the Chazy basket. And we have a substitution. It's Thea Westcott coming into the game. Coming out of the game is Katura Berto. And taking the ball out under the basket is Tamara Westcott. Westcott goes underneath to St. Denis. Dennis does a nice job. Turns, gets a shot off, but it doesn't drop. Rebounded by the Lady Eagles. And it is Paige Barcombe taking the ball up here for Chazy with 4:57 to go here in the third. She is picked up by Cassava. Barcombe calls the play, goes right side, and it's knocked away by Westcott. Westcott pushing it down low to Cassava. Cassava, quick shot. Nice shot by Cassava, and that doesn't fall for them. So Elizabethtown-Lewis doing some good things here, but the ball is just not dropping for them tonight here in the Eagles' nest here in Chazy. Chazy up 14-4 with 4:29 to go. It is Paige Barcombe calling the play, trying to find Tatro. Tatro with the ball into the paint. She has nice hands, and she is fouled. And the foul is called on Thea Westcott. It's before she was shooting, so it's not a shooting foul. So Chazy will take it out under the Lady Lions basket, and it's Garrow calling the play over to McGrath. McGrath, nice job taking it into the paint. Gets a shot off, doesn't drop, and it's Paige Barcombe gets a shot off, and it's rebounded here by Tamara Westcott. and she'll take the ball up here for the Elizabethtown-Lewis Lions. She calls her play. Chazy is into a man-to-man defense, and it is Tatro moving her legs, guarding Westcott. Westcott loses her dribble, knocked away, picked up by Garrow. Good hands by Tatro to knock the ball loose, and it will be Monica Garrow taking the ball up here for Chazy. And we have some more wholesale changes here coming in on the Chazy side. 5 fresh legs coming in. And Garrow does a nice job taking it all the way into the paint and off the backboard, but it doesn't drop.
5 fresh legs coming in?
5 fresh legs. 10. 10?
10. 5 pairs of fresh legs.
5 pairs of fresh legs. And there's a shot by St. Denis. And Calvin, I leave it to you to pick up on that Joey.
I'm listening to every word.
That Joeyism.
I thought the fish was here for a while.
The fish. Joe the fish. He appreciates the link you sent him.
Does he?
On the choir boy.
On the choir boy?
He like that. He thought it was a joke. He goes, it's true. He goes, your back looked really good. So we have a timeout here with 3:07 to go. Chazy up 14-4. And we're back from the timeout, and it's taken here by Westcott. She's going end-to-end here. And nice play by Tamara Westcott. She takes it off the backboard. Now it's 14-6, and we have a whole new slate of players out there. We have Hannah Hayes out there. We have also Emma Garso. And we have, let me get their numbers out there. We have Ashley Gillespie. We have Allie Tebow, and we have Taylor Stocker out there for the Lady Eagles. And it is Hannah Hayes with the ball. Calling the play. Hannah Hayes has some room here, gets the shot off. Partially blocked. Good rebound by Stocker, and Stocker takes it off the backboard. So nice rebound by Taylor Stocker, and she gets 2 points on the scoreboard, and Chazy increases their lead back to 10, 16-6, with 2:17 to go here in the third quarter. And Westcott goes baseline over to Cassava. Cassava trying to get it to Westcott, and nice defensive play by Gillespie, and she gives it up over to Hannah Hayes. Hannah Hayes, the point guard, will take it up, being picked up by Cassava at midcourt. And Hannah Hayes calls the play, and she gets it up over to Allie Tebow. Tebow gets by her player, and she loses the dribble, and it goes into the hands of Thea Westcott, and Westcott will be called for a travel. So turnover on the Lady Lions with 1:42 to go here in the third quarter. And checking into the game is Katira Burdo.
We should follow up, Joey, on that choir boy story, because other people, I'm sure, will want to tune in and catch the choir boy too. And that's
well, and of course we know where they can go see that, right?
Right.
And where can they go see that, Calvin?
Well, they can see it at HometownCableNetwork.com or Plattsburgh.com. But what they have to be looking for is the Sacred Heart Chazy Christmas Eve Mass from this year.
2010.
Yeah, that's right.
And I did say before the half came to an end, we would talk about this. You're getting a lot of hits on your website now, on the website. I think you said, what, 10,000 a day?
Clicks on the different videos, yes.
Yeah, they aren't unique visitors, but you're getting 10,000 clicks.
Yeah, which is...
that's phenomenal.
If there were 1/10 of that, I'd be impressed.
Yeah, I mean, that's just phenomenal. So word's getting out, and I notice every game you're handing out cards to the coaches and to some parents and stuff. And it is amazing with the internet, and a nice job by St. Denis to make that bucket at 16-8. But you're seeing that starting to grow by leaps and bounds.
Yeah, and as we're taping this, over the weekend, there was a nice article written by Shan Moore.
Yes, I want to comment on that. That was a very nice article.
And we just got done an interview with Sarah Cronk from Denton Publications today, and they'll be running an article in a not too distant future. It'll be definitely in the North Countryman and in the Berg, and probably in the Valley News too in Essex County.
That's what?
The Valley News.
Oh, the Valley News. So that's great exposure, and folks who are listening to this, if you have not been there, go to the website. Again, what is it, Calvin?
It's the end of the third quarter.
Right, the website.
It's www.hometowncablenetwork.com or www.plattsburgh.com.
I can assure you folks there are thousands of events on that website, and it is just whatever category you search for. I know, Calvin, you've talked about parents who had kids play years ago are now catching it, and they're requesting to have CDs made of it. They're sending you donations because they just realize how valuable that is, and I think you're starting to see more and more of that.
Yeah, I got an email a couple of weeks ago from the mayor of Gloversville. His team, Northville, played against the Chazy Eagles in a regional soccer game a few years back, and he found the game on the internet and was very impressed. Obviously, he's a young mayor, but...
Well, I mean, but regardless, here's a guy from Gloversville who somehow gets wind of this.
Northville, he played for
Northville, I should say, Northville.
From Gloversville now, but he played for Northville.
And, and then he looks at that and was... And yeah, we talk about this many times. It's hometown memories. And as you get older, you realize just how valuable those memories are. I noticed the other day you had Father McCaslin out there on the Access channel, and I was looking at that. Bob Venn was gone. Yeah. Father McCaslin's gone. Ruth Brassard's gone. Was there anybody else in that group gone?
I'm not sure. I think there was one more, but I'm not going to kill that person off.
Okay. Well, but you look at that, and I'm watching this going, man, they aren't with us anymore.
Right.
And
the week before I had a thing that Bob had done at the Champlain American Legion. And,
okay, yep.
And about 90% of those people are no longer with us. And that was a Christmas party at the Legion in 1994, I think.
Right. And of course, if you're watching this, the Legion is for sale. So if you know of anybody on Elm Street that would like to purchase that, have them go to joeytrombley.com. I guess I'll give myself a plug here, Calvin.
All right.
And but I am a supporter of Hometown Cable.
Yes, you are.
So I didn't think you'd mind that.
No, not at all.
But it is for sale, and the Legion really does want to move it because the membership has gotten to a point where it's too much for them. And so if you know of anybody, and if you're on the internet hearing this, you know anybody that wants to, there's a great opportunity down there in Champlain on Elm Street, just get in touch with us. I guess we should get back to the game. There's another wholesale change here for Chazy. We have Brooke West, Mara Trombley, Callie McGrath, Skylar Thomas, and Cassidy Roberts out there for Chazy. Trombley guarding Westcott. The score is 16-10. So, and it's stolen by McGrath. Good anticipation by McGrath. Giving it up, trying to find Skylar Thomas, knocked away, and it'll go out of bounds. So Chazy, after having that big first quarter with 12 points, have only scored 4 points over the last 2 quarters plus. So good job defensively for Elizabethtown-Lewis.
Yes, and even though there's only 6 of them, they're young and healthy, so they don't have too much of a fatigue factor.
No, not at all. And Cassava being guarded by Trombley. And Trombley will be called for a foul. She came around her.
It's about time they put a stop to that.
Yeah, well, she takes after her mother, playing sports.
What's with the knee brace anyway?
It's pure sympathy.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Looking for the sympathy card. Actually, she's got something, and I don't know the name of it, but
sore knee.
The knee is supposed to go up and down the socket, I guess, and it kind of goes off to the left. So this is to secure it and push it back to the center, and that's the layman's term. I can't give you the medical term because I have no idea.
Okay, you're no Dr. Volk.
I am no Dr. Volk. That is for sure. We have a timeout, and we'll be back. And we're back from the timeout. It's Cassava gets it up over to Westcott. Westcott guarded by Trombley. Trombley steals the ball from Westcott. It was half-court defense and says, Trombley, you can't do that.
She reached across that imaginary line.
She did. And Scharf was all over there. He said, you can't do that. Well, Westcott looked at him and said, what are you doing? You can't play defense on this side of the court.
You must be good at snatching cookies at home.
She can hold her own. And Dennis goes up, St. Dennis, and it goes off of Skylar Thomas. So we have a basketball game here, Calvin. It's 16-10 with 4:50 to go, and it can definitely go either way.
I'm holding my breath.
Well, you should be. This is a pretty high intensity here. And the ball goes underneath, and it goes off of the hands of Pisagra. So it will be Brooke West getting it over to Mara Trombley. And they're the ponytail guards. They both got their ponytails flapping back and forth. And it is Trombley being guarded really close by Cassava. Gives it up over to McGrath. Oh, wide open is Thomas. She gets the shot off. And the rebound goes into the hands of Cassava. She's running the floor. Running back is Brooke West and Trombley, as well as Thomas. And it's Cassava gives it up over to Westcott. Westcott trying to get open. Guarded by Trombley. Trombley suffocating defense. And a 3 seconds on Emma Pisagra. And we have Trombley out. We have Pombrio in, as well as
15,
which would be Allison Tatro into the game. And it is Pombrio being picked by, nice pick by Tatro. Pombrio gives it up over to Brooke West. West with the ball. Passing it back, and it'll be called for a travel with 3:57 to go here in the fourth quarter. Chazy leading by 6, 16-10. And it's been a defensive game on both ends here. And it'll be a foul on Pombrio for reaching in. And we have Tamara Westcott taking the ball out here for the Lady Lions with 3:50 to go here in the fourth. And it is Cassava, Abby Cassava, being guarded by Pombrio. Pombrio doing a good job defensively, moving her legs. Cassava loses her dribble, taken by Tatro. Tatro dribbling it down, gives up her dribble, all the way into the paint. Saving the ball is, and you can't do that. You can't. Good try by Skylar Thomas, trying to knock it from going out of bounds and then coming back in and grabbing it.
You can do that in soccer.
Yeah, but you know, different sport. It's amazing. You use your hands and they change all the rules.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, what gives on that? They play this little court. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You know, back in our day, Calvin, the court was 50 yards long. Oh, yeah.
Some of those courts were tiny.
Yeah, they're half this. And it's Tatro looking up. Nice call by Pombrio. But good defensive play by St. Denis. Pombrio squares, and it's rebounded by number 25 Pisagra with 3:24 to go. She crosses midcourt, and she's looking to get it to St. Denis. She does. St. Denis going baseline. She's deadly from the side, and it goes off of number 32 Berto. And now we have Paige Barcombe checking into the game. Coming out of the game is Brooke West. And Paige Barcombe will take the ball out here for the Lady Eagles, getting it over to Ranger Rondo. Ranger Rondo, is that how you say it?
I don't know. I'm listening to you.
You aren't a Celtic fan?
No, I'm not an NBA fan.
You know, it's actually gotten better the last couple of years. Ow, fouled by Cassava.
I'll take your word for it. The only NBA game I've watched since Michael Jordan retired was last year's championship, and all it was standing around pushing each other.
See, I thought you were going back to the days of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, I do, but I did watch when Michael Jordan played.
You enjoyed watching Jordan?
Yeah.
Well, you know, if you pull out the tapes, you know, you can watch him every night. There's a baseline shot, and a nice rebound by Pisagra.
I watched 2 games last night. I'll watch 3 games tonight. The last thing I want to do when I go home is watch a basketball game.
Well, but I don't understand. You obviously have a passion for it. And here goes St. Denis, gets the shot off. Nice rebound, and good rebound here by Paige Barcombe. So we have 2:32 to go here. It's 16-10. The question is, will either of these teams score another bucket here? Because it's been tight defense since that first quarter. And Paige Barcombe trying to find, she does. She finds Pombrio. Pombrio has it blocked by number 25, Pisagra. And Tatro tried to get a shot off, and she goes short of the basket, so it would be a Etown ball.
Has anybody scored this quarter?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So that would mean that the Lions outscored Chazy 6-4 in the third. So in match play, they're up 2-1.
Match play, it'd be 2-1. So just go show you how close this game really is. Tatro, I thought she heard you talking. She didn't want this period to be a split. So if you're keeping basketball score, Chazy's up 6-10. If you play match play, it's Etown-Lewis 2, Chazy 1. That's right. You are going to do that. There's a nice shot by Westcott, so we have a 4-point game.
The Lions could win it.
I can see you doing golf. I mean, you're getting right into this. Oh, yeah. Where's Calvin? North Country Golf Club. He's on the 4th hole. It's just a normal day, but he's catching players coming in from all age groups. And we have a little change of hands here for coaching. It looks like Coach Guerin couldn't be here tonight. So you had the JV coach, Chesney Penfield. She didn't part away. Then we have Matt Devins taking over here in the 4th. And he came flying off the chair. He looked like Bobby Knight there. He's so intense for this game. Of course, we're just kidding everybody.
He doesn't really look like Bobby Knight.
Matt, yeah.
He looks more like Michael Jordan.
He's not wearing a sweater.
Looks more like he's got Michael Jordan's haircut.
Yeah, well. He does have that going. And we're back from the timeout. The Eagles are clinging to a 4-point lead here in this modified game on the 5th of January 2011. Hannah Hayes will get it to Rachel Pombrio. She's guarded by Westcott. She calls the play. Gives it up over to Hayes. Hayes does a nice job going to the bucket. Gives it back over to Tatro. Tatro gives up her dribble. And Hannah Hayes with the ball. Gets the shot off. Rebounded by Hansen. She misses it. And we have a jump ball, and the arrow favors the Eagles with 50 seconds, 50.2 to be exact. Chazy taking it under the Lion basket. And it'll be Rachel Pombrio calling the play. Gets it in underneath to Hannah Hayes. And the ball was knocked on the line by Hannah Hayes, so the ball will go to the Lions of Elizabethtown-Lewis. And we have Tamara Westcott taking the ball up here for Elizabethtown. There doesn't seem to be any sense of urgency here.
They've got it won. They had 3-1 in match play.
Match play. And it's picked up by Pombrio. Pombrio going all the way. Gets the shot off, doesn't drop. Rebounded by St. Denis. And if Chazy can hold off for the next 20 seconds, they will have won both games, close games against the Lions this year. Westcott with the shot. There's the shot by number 32, and it's Berto. So we have a 2-point game here with 11.3. So will Pombrio, and timeout call. So we have an interesting 10.3 seconds here left here in the 4th.
Can't you press in the final 2 minutes?
Obviously not.
I think they thought they could. Maybe the coach doesn't know it, but I thought you could at the modified.
Let her know. I don't know. And we'll be back from the timeout. Well, Pombrio shot. Just dribbled the ball. She's got 30 seconds across the line.
10 seconds to the back door.
Oh, yeah, maybe she can. She's just come over. And there's a foul call with 1.6 on St. Denis. So Chazy looks like they will win this game in a squeaker, 16-14 with 1.6 seconds. Barcombe over to Pombrio. And they do. So you gotta give credit to the Lions. They were down 12-0 after 1. And they've come back here and they made a 2-point game, outscoring Chazy 14-4 over the final 3 quarters. So we had a very exciting game here at the modified level here on the 5th day of January 2011. Calvin Castine was on the camera. I'm Joey Trombley. I called the action. And the girls are shaking hands, and as Calvin likes to say, that's the way it was in beautiful downtown Chazy.